Hello, we're back. So, here in this lesson, let's just review. We're in the section that's talking about where you get your food. In the prior section, we talked about where food comes from. It comes from the wild, it comes from nature, it comes from plants and animals. You can go out into the wild to get it, you can farm for it, little farms, big farms, your own farm, all different places. That's where food comes from. In this section, we're talking about where you actually get it from. In the last lesson, we talked about growing it yourself. It's really fun, it's free, basically, and it's a great way to start. So think about growing your own food. Here in this one, as you can see, we're going to talk about local farms and co-ops. Now, we went over this already in one of the other lessons, so I'm just going to show you some of the same things we did there, and I want to repeat it because this is one of the best ways to start to get an idea of how the food comes from the earth and how the food comes from growing. And it's great, kids. You're going to love it. These places are so fun to go to. First, here, I wanted to just give you a little bit of background on local farms, right? There's 2 million farms in the United States, okay? And 80% of them sell directly to the public. So think about that, 2 million farms, and 80% of those sell to the public directly. So there's farms for everyone. No matter where you live, you're going to be able to find a farm near you to get some fresh produce and to just learn what goes on a farm and learn how food grows. In this section, I want to give you actual resources. So direct to you farms. So the way to find a farm near you, go to community support programs. Here are the CSA programs. Just type it in an internet search. Food co-ops. These are organizations that are privately organized and they distribute food. So they acquire food from various farms and from various donations, and then you can go and get food there. You pick farms, which is what I'm going to go over here, where you go and might pay a small fee, like $7, and you can go and pick your own produce. Farm stands and farmers markets we'll get into in the next lesson. But direct to you is really a bigger industry than I think a lot of people know, and I just want you kids to start thinking about that and go to your parents and ask for their help on where to find farms near you. There's directories online also of local farms, localfarmfinder.com. Obviously, in the name, it's an easy one. It's a really good one. You pick farm locator. Those are the ones where you can go and pick your own produce. Localharvest.org, ebfsd.org, and farmaid.org. All of these are great places to go to get started on finding a farm near you. Up here in the corner, I wanted to show you fall is a great time to go to local farms. You've just started school, the kids are excited, everything's great, the air is crisp and cool no matter where you live. The leaves are changing in some areas, and a lot of these farms have pumpkin patches, and the kids love to go into these pumpkin patches. Corn is still growing a lot of times, and there's corn mazes. And apples. We have a couple apple farms near me, and it's so fun to go. They have uh, more than just apple picking. They have cider making, and they have whole tours about how farmers used to grow in the 1800s, and they have bread making and candle making and games and Revolutionary War reenactments, and it gets very, very elaborate. So look around in some of these resources and you'll find these farms, and these are like the best places. We went over this in the other lesson. Here's one near us. It's the Underwood Family Farms. We've been here lots and lots of times. One of my best friends lives right next door to it. Lots of things to do at these farms. There's all kinds of meet the farmers, meet the animals. You can taste the vegetables and the fruits. Lots of other fun activities. There's corn mazes, there's petting zoos. There's all kinds of things to do. There's tractor rides. It's a really fun day. It's like a whole day, and the kids really get to see where food comes from. And that's what I want for you guys. That's what I want for you kids, is to see where your food comes from. Out here in Los Angeles, we also have Apricot Lane Farms. Awesome. I went over it in one of the other lessons. There's a movie about it called The Biggest Little Farm. This is just a couple. She was a chef, he was a filmmaker, and they had this personal dream to live on an organic farm. And and revitalize the soil and create a sustainable ecosystem farm. And they did it. They did it for, I think it's 14 years old. And now they have classes on the farm about composting and growing. They have a kitchen. They sell cookbooks and syrups and lemonades and like all kinds of really amazing things. So, this is another farm here in the Los Angeles area. This is how it's set up. You can see all these different areas. They have their avocado orchard. Everything is sustainably grown, like I said. So they don't use fertilizer, they use compost, they use mulch, they use all the things that are produced on the farm. For their cow herd, they move the cows through so they graze on one section and then they move the fence and move them to the other section so that the grazed section can regrow, and the whole entire place is done in a sustainable way and in a way that regenerates itself. So it's really awesome, really cool place. We also have Tanaka Farms out here in Los Angeles. Same thing. You can eat there, you can shop there, you can do tractor rides and petting zoos. They have this special thing called Hikari, which is the Festival of Lights, and they have that kind of an event, an evening event that they do, and it's just a really magical time on the farm. Here on this one, you each kid gets a bag, and they can pick turnips and radishes and green onions and cilantro. I think also a pumpkin patch, super fun. We also have in this section. Also, remember that we have meat ranches where you can buy your meat and your poultry and your pork straight off of a local farm. The one that we use is called Sunrise Ranch, and we buy quarter cows at a time because that's what we have the space for. Takes about 3 by 4 feet of freezer space for a quarter cow, and it lasted for 18 months, maybe a little longer even than that, the meat from it for us. So that's what we did. And then here, just to give you another, just dipping your toe into the idea of these local ranches and farms. I listed 3 other ones here that I really like. Novi Ranches in Mount Shasta, California. Here, it was started by a veterinarian who loved and loved the animals, and he just really wanted to create this, natural ecosystem and produce beef that way. Alder Spring in Idaho. I just love the idea of this family. I have never been to this ranch. I would love to go someday. They have all these girls, I think 8 daughters or 6 daughters that run this ranch. So all these ladies run in this ranch and think it's really awesome. And they're committed to a natural ecosystem also and to growing grass-fed, really healthy meat. And then also Mariposa Ranch. It was also a family ranch, started back in 2006. It was started under the name Open Space Meats, and their mission was just to be transparent and honest with customers. And that's what Sizzle Kids is all about as well. We want you to understand what's going on with your food and how it's grown and how it's produced so that you can make decisions for yourself about what you're eating, because what you eat does affect your health. So here we are in the second section of where you get your food. You can grow it yourself, or you can get it from some of these local places. And like I said, the 80% of 2 million farms in the United States sell directly to the public. So you can start visiting these farms and checking it out. All right. I hope this helped you and I hope you enjoyed it. These places are great. Send me a message at @SizzleKids or Jill@sizzlekids.com and tell me all about your field trips to the local farms near you. I'm going to be starting a directory of all the local farms in California and possibly in other states. If you guys send me your field trips and pictures and anything that you have, places that you love, I'll include them in the directory. And as a community, we can just create a huge directory for everybody to start learning about these farms and really supporting our local farmers. I think that would be awesome. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next lesson. We'll be talking about farmers markets. Also, very cool.